Hello, Jeremiah Palmer again. The bosom of America is to open to receive not only the opulent and respected stranger, but the oppressed and persecuted of all nations and all religions, whom we shall welcome to a participation of all the rights and privileges. George Washington. On the 16th of June in 2015, Donald Trump is riding an escalator in the Manhattan town. He's named after himself. The skin beneath his chin is sagging over a generic red tie. His face is reddish purple. He holds his left hand aloft and offers a thumbs up to the press. In the background, a couple of dozen people are standing on the level through which Trump is descending, pressed up against the golden handrail. Some wave at the reality TV star, while others snap photos on their phones. A few of the spectators have wandered in off the street, curious to see what's afoot. Others are being paid $50 to attend. Trump follows his wife, Melania, who is sporting a white dress and a stoic face. He clambers up to a makeshift stage, positions himself, and begins in a style to which the world will soon become accustomed. He says, "Our country is in serious trouble. We don't have victories anymore. We used to have victories, but we don't have them. When was the last time anybody saw us beating, let's say, China in a trade deal? They kill us. I beat China all the time. When did we beat Japan at anything? They send their cars over by the millions. And what do we do? When was the last time you saw a Chevrolet in Tokyo? It doesn't exist, folks. They beat us all the time. When do we beat Mexico at the border? They're laughing at us, our stupidity, and now they're beating us economically. They are not our friend, believe me. They're killing us economically. The US become a double gun for everybody else's problems. Thank you, it's true. And these are the best and the finest. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending it for the best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems. And they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're sexual abusers. Rapists. And some I assume are good people. But I speak to border guards and they tell us what we're getting. And if it only makes common sense, it makes common sense. They're sending us not the right people. It's coming more from Mexico. It's coming from all over South and Latin America. It's coming probably from the Middle East. But we don't know because we have no protection and we have no competence. We don't know what's happening, and it's got to stop. These were the opening remarks from the speech that launched Trump's campaign for office. And what is the border? if not a story. It is never simply a line, a marker, a wall, an edge. First, it's an idea. An idea then is presented as a reality. It doesn't just exist in the world. It can only ever be made, it can only ever be told. James Crawford. Boom! No, that doesn't do it justice. Boom! No, that doesn't even come close. The universe didn't begin with a big bang. It began with a massive bang. The sort of explosion that is possible to conceive. A melee of gamma rays, heat and light. This massive bang dispersed all physical matter that's ever existed at more than 1 billion kilometers per hour. That matter would go on to form stars, planets, trees, animals and humans, but it would never stop moving. Every gram of matter that exists today has been in constant motion for 13.8 billion years, traveling away from the center of the Big Bang. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is no exception. It travels 2.1 million kilometers away every single hour. Planet Earth is thus beholden by this rule of constant motion. It's orbiting the Sun, traveling 107 million kilometers an hour. Our solar system is also moving around the Milky Way, and there's more. That's because the Earth is rotating on its axis. If you're standing on the equator, you're traveling 1,600 kilometers each hour. Thanks to this phenomenon alone. All this means one thing: you're migrating right now. It might not seem that way. It might be very comfortable, relaxing on a sofa, sipping a cup of cocoa. Everything might feel pretty stable, but in reality, you're running through space at mind-boggling velocity. You've never been you've never been where you are at this moment, and you'll never be there again. This has always been the case. The history of the universe continues traveling through space. Most cells in our body contain mitochondria, structures which produce the chemical energy we need to grow, move and remain alive. Mitochondria contain short strands of DNA, known as mitochondrial DNA, and this is pretty exceptional stuff. Mitochondrial DNA is passed down from mother to child. It has a high mutation rate, and mutations are carried on by successive generations. This means that we can trace mitochondrial DNA back up to generations, from daughter to mother to grandmother, all the way to its source. The conclusion: at some point in the past 200,000 years ago, there was a woman. Mitochondrial DNA was the source of all the mitochondrial DNA existing in humans today. That woman was the mother of humankind, a real life Eve. Unlike biblical Eve, this Eve was not the first human, or even the first Homo sapiens, as she can certainly wasn't made from one of her husband's ribs, but she was most a recent common ancestor, one of about 10,000 humans who were alive at the time. Those people all lived in Africa, their very own Garden of Eden. But they didn't stay put. The descendants left to moving from place to place, establishing homes across the globe. Scientific supports the theory. A 2007 study was tested Aboriginal Australians and the Melanesians from New Guinea from the mitochondrial DNA shared common features with these people who were living in Africa over 50,000 years before. There was no evidence to suggest they evolved independently. A more extensive study conducted a year later looking at genetic material gathered from over 900 unrelated individuals in 51 different regions, checking 650,000 locations within the genome. Scientists found commonality suggests a serial founder with a single origin in sub-Saharan Africa. But this out of Africa theory isn't the only game in town. An alternative, the multi-regional hypothesis argues that different groups of modern humans, Homo sapiens, evolved in different places at different times. Australian Aboriginals may have evolved from Java man, Homo erectus, whilst Europeans may have evolved from the Neanderthals, perhaps from Cro-Magnons. Such a view is controversial, but even if it were true, it wouldn't affect the story of human migration. The multi-migration hypothesis stretches her proceedings back to the first of humans. Yeah.